Okay, today we're going to start with the divisibility rules. And divisible means a number can be divided into, okay? So it's divided into another number, leaving no remainder. Okay, so let me write that, remainder. Okay, so what that means is that if a number is divisible by another number, it means you can divide it with no remainder. Okay? All right, so divisibility rules, we start with the rule for the number 2. Okay, the rule for 2 means if the number is even, then it's divisible by 2. So anytime you have an even number and you want to divide it by 2, it's going to be divided evenly with no remainder. And if it's even, it ends in a 0, 2, 4, 6, or 8. Okay, the rule for 3. If the sum, means add, of the digits can be divided by 3, then the number is divisible by 3. For example, if I have the number 45, 4 plus 5 equals 9. 3 goes into 9 evenly, so that means 45 is divisible by 3. Okay? On 5, if the last digit ends in a 5 or a 0, then it's going to be divisible by 5. Because when you think of your multiples of 5, that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. They all end in a 5 or a 0. So, for example, the number 1050, it ends in a 0. So, it would be divisible by 5, meaning I could divide it and have no remainders. Okay. 6, if the number is divisible, if the number is even and it's divisible by 3, then it's divisible by 6. So, for example, the number 24. It's an even number, so it's going to be divisible by 2. 2 plus 4 equals 6, and 3 goes into 6 evenly. So 24 is divisible by 2, 3, and then because it's both divisible by both 2 and 3, it's also divisible by 6. Okay? So it has to be divisible by 2 and 3 before it can be divisible by 6. And then 9. This is just like 3. If the sum, which means add, of the digits can be divided by 9, it's divisible by 9. So, for example, 81. 8 plus 1 equals 9. 9 goes into 9 evenly. So, 81 is divisible by 9. Okay, so let's look at these few vocabulary words. Factor. A factor is a whole number that is multiplied by another number, whole number, to make a third number. So, for example, if I have the number 5 times 4, and that equals 20. 5 and 4 are both factors. Okay, so the same thing as if I have 4 times 2. 4 times 2 equals 8. 4 and 2 are both factors. Okay, so the numbers you multiplied together are the factors. All right, composite number. It's a whole number greater than 1 that has more than 2 factors. Okay, more than 2 factors. So an example of that would be like the number 12. And I'm going to do a T-chart, and we're going to practice those in a little bit. A T-chart for 12. And I'm going to say 1 times 12 equals 12. 2 times 6 equals 12. And 3 times 4 equals 12. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 12 has 6 factors. Okay, but if I look at the number 4, 1 times 4, 2 times 2. So the factors are 1, 4, and 2. I'm not going to repeat this one because it's a double. So 4 has 3 factors. So these are both composite numbers because they have more than one factor. Prime numbers. A prime number is a whole number greater than one that has only one factor. And they are 1 and itself. So for example, the number 11. The only way to make 11 is to multiply 1 times 11. Or the number 7. The only way to make the number 7 is 1 times 7. So 11 has 2 factors. 7 has 2 factors. And that's all they're going to have. The number 1 and itself. 1 and itself. So composite has more than 2 factors. Prime has only 2 factors.